Hey, sales minutes are back and Urmas is here. It's the second episode and I'm happy to meet here in studio with the grand young man of Estonian marketing society, online marketing, Priit Kallas. Hey, Priit.
Hello.
From starting point as first episode, we have guest Sandra and we opened the topic of AI future, everything related with the hottest topic AI. I think it's good if we will proceed with the same topic, automation, sales marketing automation, and of course AI. So, Priit, maybe some words. Maybe you want to say something about you because you have really long history. You're a radio host.
Okay. Well, I've been in sales, marketing, entrepreneurship for about 30 years now. And I started with digital marketing in a sense that the first thing I did as my own business was creating websites. Then I morphed into, or our team morphed into advertising agency, and then we morphed back into digital agency. And through all of that, the thing that we do is sales and marketing, but then we use the best tools we can find. In the beginning, in the very beginning, it was just computers, but then internet, then maybe social media, then AI. So I'm not using AI because AI. I'm using AI to make my own work more efficient, increase productivity, and it seems that AI is the tool that enables things that weren't possible with regular if-then automation. So.
Because if-then, that's a good example because I think those guys who are listening us, C-level management, I think many of C-level managers doesn't know what you mean by that. Like if you are creating automation rules or just doing the stuff with data. But still, Britt, if before we are jumping into the topic, and of course my questions are put together to ChatGPT, as we know, but still, that's a joke. But still, what is on your mind? Like we are educating ourselves. You're doing everything what you're doing today. What is your self-education focus today?
Well, I'm trying to find the areas where I can use AI for automation, in a sense that some people think that AI can do anything, and can it do this and that, and go on the internet and come back with the clients or something like that. So it probably will do that in a couple of years, but at the moment it can do very little, and you have to basically give it each step and then the next step and then the next step. And I'm trying to find the way to maybe string together those steps, find the areas where they are most efficient. And well, just like everybody else, basically, the LLMs are here for maybe 2.5 years now. And that's like very beginning. So just figuring stuff out, and if it works, then I will use it either for my own business or for my customers. But yeah, it's so much figuring out, and the things are changing and developing so fast that every day basically you get something new. So
something new, yeah, that's a really like just an example. I'm working with Pipedrive, and I was just jumping out to my office and I was looking Pipedrive, and Pipedrive was asking that, hey, from the analytical perspective, you need to do your KPI analytics put together like usual Excel. And it was asking that, hey, we have new feature. AI can put together all analytics what you need. Just describe what kind of analytics you need, and that was like I said, wow, this is cool. This is really cool because if you don't know anything about analytics, about measuring KPIs, then you can just write my company is. I want to measure that. You have the data to measure that, but still, it was just for me. It was a cool thing.
I'm often skeptical about
I
that.
haven't tested.
Meaning that if you take a really complex Excel and feed it to AI and ask it questions, the answers may not be what you're looking for. But yeah, there's two things. But what I tell my customers and people who I talk with about AI is that AI is not a fact engine. It's not a calculator. It's a reasoning engine. So if you give it correct data, it can calculate and not calculate, but reason about that and maybe find some patterns in there. But if you hope, maybe you have two very complex Excels and you want AI to put them together, then you will screw up. But you can ask AI to write maybe Excel macro or a Google Sheet app script that will take data from one and put it to another. But in the end, the working part would be the program or the script, but AI can help you make that script.
Just maybe funny thought. In your agency, the daily requests from the potential clients, what they are asking? It's only about AI, please help me with AI, or do you have like online marketing stuff, like usual stuff?
It's mostly about AI in a sense that I think that people want a secret weapon or they hope that this is a hack that will make everything work. So they ask, can you come in and help us figure out how to use AI? But sometimes I get basic questions, like not questions, but requests like, we are a B2B website, company, and we want to make our website sell better. And it comes in as an AI request, but the request itself doesn't mention anything about AI. Just today I got one of these and I actually sent back the question that, what are you looking for? Are you looking for specific marketing or advertising, copywriting, whatever? Or are you looking for us to help to figure out how to use AI for that? Because the question itself didn't contain that info.
Yeah, all right. Still, everybody are looking the secret formula to solve everything.
Yeah.
And in my audience, mostly everybody are related with B2B. So I think that's the tricky part. What everybody wants to understand, that I have the webpage. Please help me to sell to the B2B. So, but let's first solve one important thing. We started with the topic. What is the difference between automation and AI usage in process? Because I think people doesn't understand that.
Well, the automation is the main thing because, for example, I have an automation where I take a picture of a check or an invoice that I get on paper, and then I push one button and it will go to my accountant on a certain date of a month. It's just automation. There's no AI involved. But what I could do is that I could ask AI to take the numbers from the image of the invoice and then turn it into a table and then send that table to my accountant. That would involve AI or some OCR program or whatever. But automation is something that we have a process where some elements can be done without the involvement of our people, but AI can be a step in automation, but it doesn't have to be. And the whole thing is usually never only AI. So because let's say I take something from Google Sheets table, I feed it to AI, I get something back, I write it back to Google Sheets, then I go to somewhere else, I do with something else with that information. And so automation is the big thing. AI is a part of it that enables some things that weren't possible, let's say, 3 years ago.
Yes, even maybe the year ago. Okay, cool. So if we are looking about any process
in the B2B marketing sales or whatever you want to, from the C-level, whatever you want to automate, it still start. Please describe your process.
Yeah.
Let's take it as a part. Then we understand what is usual automation and where is the enrichment of the AI procedure. Whatever the AI is doing, it enriches, analyzes, doing something. You will give something to the AI and you will get something back. More enriched. That's the philosophy.
One of the main things I see, probably you too, is that people actually do not have processes.
Of course.
So when you ask that, okay, we would like to, let's say, automate your sales process, then you ask, what's your sales process? And you go, no.
Answer is, ask the guy. What is the process?
So then they ask, but where do we get it?
Yes.
I say, you take a piece of paper and a pen and you just write it out.
You're drawing.
The interesting thing is that people are so opposed or they don't believe that processes work. They say, then all the creativity is lost and stuff
That's
like that.
Cool thing. That's a really cool thing because I have met with C-level and CEOs last 10 years. And, they say that processes are for the big organization. Then somebody jumps in from the ISO perspective, draw the ISO, like mapping the processes out. Nobody understands anything about this. The question is not that. The question is, please describe the flow of the sales guy, what's happening, steps 1, step 2, step 3.
Exactly.
And if you're looking at this table, you're saying, okay, here is what we can do.
I can give you an example. I was talking to one also Estonian business-to-business manufacturer, and they also obviously do not have a sales process. And I said maybe we could step in and help them with that, and maybe some regular automation, and then maybe some AI parts and stuff like that. But no, we have all. Yeah, we're good. No, we don't need anything. So then I said, okay, but what happens when you get a no? But I don't really know. Nothing happens, basically. The thing is that then I explained that when you get a no, then you should launch a no branch of your process, because most people get a little bit sad when they get the no, and they don't want to deal with that customer anymore. But if it's all automated, you will send out maybe a couple of emails and make it so that when you contact that lead again, maybe in 3 months or 6 months or next year, then they still remember you and things like that. But for now, it's loss. It's like loss for the salesperson, and they want to move on. But if automation does that trick, then it can come back to them as a new lead or not totally cold lead,
warmed up, in some part warmed up lead. Even if this guy or girl asks, okay, all right, what do you want from me? Let's talk. That's a really good example. But my next question, I think, brings us to the really practical thing. And the practical thing is 2 feet on the ground, all the C-level managers. What kind of daily activities all the C-level CEOs and all the C-level managers doing daily? I just mapped out some things. I will ask from you, can you automate something from this part? And you can answer.
All right.
So let's start with the usual. Daily monitoring, daily KPIs, weekly KPIs, monthly KPIs. Can you do something?
Basically, no.
Okay.
So no is that the KPIs are there to just boil down concentrated information that you look at it and you make decisions. That's why KPIs are. So decisions are still human. So maybe they will be AI a little bit later, but at the moment it's human. You look at the KPIs and they make decisions. How the KPIs are generated, that can involve AI, but just working with existing KPIs.
Fact with the numbers, it's not helpful.
I see that these numbers are going up, these numbers are going down. That is, you as a human will take a look You should probably know about something about those numbers, and then you will make decisions. So that is decision making. In just KPIs or whatever, decision making is the part that is probably automated the last.
So your example, if I'm the C-level manager, I have ERP data or bookkeeping like system data, it's looking behind my shoulder. Then looking ahead, it's usually CRM, it's predictable revenues, it's 3 months ahead. So, and let's take an example. Power BI sits on both. Like looking behind, looking forward. Then what you are saying, that AI doesn't help you to take decisions based on this KPI table, at least not today. You are the guy or girl who is taking decision based on the data.
Okay, if you put it like that, I would say that you can use AI to discuss what you want to do. Not automation, just discussing it. Okay, you can automate that. AI will maybe make recommendations based on
those KPIs.
But still, the work itself, the end result of that work is a decision or some management direction, and that is yours.
Cool.
So, but I think that you would discuss it with AI, like you would with the other person. That could be helpful.
It's like your higher mind who is giving.
Because we don't know everything, and the machine can give you just a second opinion. And but the best thing you can do actually is that when let's say you reach a decision, then give that decision to the machine and ask it to destroy it. In a sense that make it like completely disappear. So because machine will make mistakes in that analysis, and but it will give you some points that okay, I didn't think about that.
Cool.
And if you make a decision and you give it to the AI to criticize, then you get back the weak points. Some of the weak points are. Machine just thinks they are weak points, that that's nothing. But in some cases you can find something. Oh yeah, if I fix that too,
that's a good
better.
example. That's a really good example because C-level, they are monitoring KPIs. They are looking like Power BI or any other tool. They have the numbers. They have to decide. Then that's a really good example how to use.
Another thing that. Well, let's say we are in Northern Europe and we're pretty relaxed guys here. So in a sense that. If a manager or your boss is wrong, it's not a big deal.
Of course.
But in some cultures, boss can't ask for advice because then they seem weak. But then you can ask AI.
Yeah. So. Just help me to let's discuss.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing, internal team meetings. What you can do with that?
The first thing would be. If you already have a meeting, record the meeting and make memos.
Transcript summaries and install the summary from some data point.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, clear.
Another thing would be that maybe I don't know if there are systems like that because it's just today I figured it out. It would be useful. Maybe it's a tool you can build, or maybe it's a tool we will build. But if you would create an AI, like in ChatGPT there are GPTs that you can kind of make work a little bit more like configure in the way you want. So. If you would feed all your memos and transcripts into these tools, and let's say keep 3 months of data there, then every time you have some question about what was discussed or where are we going, you can go to that GPT and ask the question.
That's a good point because Microsoft and there are other tools I'm using in my Zoom window. It jumps in, records, analyzes, summarizes, and your point is to put all
let's say a moving 3 month window or something.
That's a really good example. It's a business idea. If somebody wants to implement it really quickly, then it's
don't. I'll do myself.
Of course, myself within next 2 weeks. So one-on-ones, I can imagine pretty much the same thing. Transcript one-on-ones. Just take the summaries, use those summaries with deadlines, coaching and mentoring.
First, I'll go back to the meetings. So one important thing would be also preparing for the meetings in a sense that you have key points and decisions that you need to discuss in the meeting, because I can say I do it often or all the time, but if you don't have an agenda for a meeting,
then it's a really bad meeting. It's a pointless meeting.
Don't go there. But if you have this past meetings data and you know what's coming up now, then you can ask the machine to look at the past decisions, generate points from there, add your own input, and get the agenda for the event or meeting. And that would be useful because your meetings would be probably shorter, and you will get more value and decisions, and it won't be just random chatting. So
I'm even just thinking with loud voice right now in one-on-ones, what you can ask from AI. I have that kind of position manager in this level. We have that kind of topics.
Yeah.
What we could do with the progress. I think it will be really enriched summary of what you will prepare. So that's a good one too. Coaching and mentoring, of course, you can ask if the trouble is there, how I could coach my employee if the bottleneck is there.
This is one thing, but one of the first things I built in ChatGPT when it came out, it came out 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
So I did it maybe 3 months in or something like that. So it was peak business coach. So basically, I configured it in a way that it is a coach.
Okay.
So it's my coach.
Like your personal coach.
Yeah, my personal coach. And I can give it different documents and information to base the questions on. But the key here is that coach doesn't tell you what to do. It asks questions.
The right questions.
And then when I experimented with that, then just when I built it, during that time, I had to test it. And maybe 5, 6 questions in, it already went into places that hurt, in a sense that I should do this and that.
Cool.
So it worked like for me during the development process.
It's a cool idea. It's really cool idea. Maybe everybody can ask, I think it's a pretty common question that if you are inserting the data, what is the format of inserting the data to the chat? Is it like a doc file? Is it like a Word document? What?
Whenever possible, I use regular text files.
Text file.
Because it's absolutely certain that there's no
formatting, nice links.
So no. Some people know that, some don't, but in some cases PDFs are just pictures.
Yeah.
And in some cases AI can read those pictures, in some cases it can't. So if you use just the simplest formats are always the easiest. And it reads docs and it reads XLS and stuff like that. But text is, for example, I have a GPT that is my style or Priit's style.
Okay.
And I copy-pasted some maybe 10 pages of my blog posts and Facebook posts and emails and stuff like just randomly, no structure, into one big text file. I added it to GPT and instructed it to convert whatever I put in like into my style.
Tone of voice and your style. That's a cool thing too.
So when I would take your article, paste it in there, it will come out with more like mine.
That's a cool thing. So it measures it, it understands, it puts that's a good thing. I will do that. Thank you for this advice. So negotiation deals and partnerships, usual thing, daily thing for a C-level. So
well, first, plan out negotiation strategies figure out that it's not just 1, 2, like he wins, we win, something like that. What are the potential outcomes and what are the ranges where you go, where you don't go? Just discussion, like on the computer. Then you can ask for, in some cases where the negotiations are longer, you can, and maybe stuck somewhere or something like that, you can ask for techniques. If you mentioned like negotiation sources like Harvard Business Review or one of my most favorite negotiation book ever is the Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And AI knows that.
And
I ask AI, I have this problem now. Based on never split the difference, please give me ideas what to do there.
Priit, can we do it? Yes.
Yeah, talk.
Can we do that kind of trick? As my main audience is in LinkedIn, under the live, can we promise that we will put free prompts, like freely based on those things?
Yeah, we can do something.
That's good.
Yeah.
That we will do. But it's interesting to me.
But what I wanted to show, actually, that's why I came from my phone, is that in ChatGPT you have advanced voice mode.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using.
And in advanced voice mode, you can practice negotiation. So it will probably not work out right now, but
it's a good example.
We'll try.
Let's play.
So please be my negotiation partner. The other side is a marketing manager who is looking for social media management service, and I am providing it. Now act as that person and ask me questions about my service.
Sure, I'd be happy to help. Let's get started. So Priit, can you tell me more about what makes your social media management service stand out from others? What specific
ours is the best one ever, and nobody has come close to our quality.
That sounds impressive. Could you share some examples or case studies that highlight the success your clients have experienced?
No, we don't have any clients. You're the first one.
I appreciate your honesty. As a potential first client,
okay, thanks, bye.
Anyway, everybody can get it.
I'm not gonna go through it,
but it's like.
But the key is that you can
sparring partner.
You can ask it to play a role and then experiment with it.
It's a good one. Yeah. It's a good one that if you are talking with the voice, it will transcript. Everything will be as a one chat. That would be if you want to rewrite it. All right, let's go on. Negotiation is there. Organization, calendar, events, and planning your weeks.
I don't use it for that. I don't. Basically, if there are specific tools for that, then I don't know.
It's just
I don't use them.
Okay.
But mostly because maybe I don't have enough volume for that.
All right.
Or I don't need it. But this type of things where you need to get 10 people into one meeting and stuff like that, just not often happens to me.
But so, on the other side, if partners are putting meetings to your calendar, everything is automated on your side. I can imagine that.
Yes, but my calendar, nobody puts nothing in my calendar.
Really? No automation?
No.
Okay.
They can send requests and then I can accept that, but nothing automatically.
All right.
So of course, if I get an email with a request, it is automatically in my calendar, but before I click something, nothing happens.
All right. All right.
The two things that I don't do is... my email box is not your to-do list, and the same goes for the calendar. So,
all right.
Especially when you are on management level, everybody wants something.
Of course.
And the fact that they know your email doesn't mean that you have to answer. So.
That's a good. Okay. It's coming in.
Yeah.
You don't react because I can imagine there is lots and lots of emails coming in. Everybody wants to meet you, do something. So okay.
But it's possible I'm weird in that sense. So,
Clear. reviewing financial reports. The answer is really easy. If you have
that is great. I've discussed that with accountants and financial people, and they say that it gives you totally acceptable, let's say, accountant level stuff. What I have done is that, not in a sense that my own financial reports, because I'm pretty much a very small business, but basically there are no trends, no nothing. Some things happen, some don't. Anyway, what I use them for is analyzing like investment information.
Okay.
In a sense, let's say, public companies in United States have those 8K and 10K reports. It's a quarterly report and an annual report.
Right.
So I feed those into AI, then I add stock prices for that period, and then I add indexes and stuff like that. Then I get the transcripts from the earnings calls and stuff like that. I add all that, and then I start to discuss those things. For example, in the earnings calls, let's say 3 months ago, last quarter, the earnings call, they mentioned this and that. Now, when we take the new one, has the sentiment about this thing gone up or down or stayed neutral or something like that? This is something AI can do for you. But this is interesting, not interesting, but important thing here is that only Google Gemini can do it, and then you will have to use Google AI Studio. We can put this link into show notes.
All right.
And I have an English language article about it.
That's a good one.
The thing is that if one quarterly report from, let's say, NVIDIA is about 100 pages.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And if you have like 3 or 4 of those, most AI just the context window just gets filled, and it doesn't. Basically, the data doesn't fit into it. But in Google AI Studio, you can use Gemini models that have context window that is as big as, let's say, a stack of Harry Potters.
Okay.
So basically, 6,000 pages or something like that. So this is what you can do.
Crazy volume of information.
And for example, when I fed it two quarterlies, one annual, 2 earnings reports, and a couple of let's say, NVIDIA, a year of NVIDIA data plus a year of S&P 500, that in total was like 500,000 words or something like that. So in ChatGPT, the window is about 100,000 words.
Yes.
It just will not work.
It's impossible.
So,
It's impossible. Okay, that's a really good example, and it's a really good tool how to.
Another example from the AI Studio is that one of my clients had an Excel file. The file itself was simple, but it was huge. It was 27,400 lines, and about, let's say, 15 columns. And no other AI can do it. But in Google AI Studio, I loaded it up, and then it started to spin. And we were discussing stuff, and I was looking at this, glancing at the spinner. Okay, it's dead. So
it doesn't.
And then we continued discussion, and there's and I got an answer. And it was a correct answer.
Cool.
And you can never trust it in that sense that get a huge Excel and get a correct answer. If your life depends on it, don't do it. But for those kinds of things, Google AI Studio could be pretty good tool.
Good suggestion. Yeah. In summary notes, we will put our. Of course, your topic, writing social media post. Okay, I will ask another angle of question. In LinkedIn, where we are working daily, what is happening? Does everybody are writing the posts based on the AI, or what is your take right now today?
I believe some people don't, and if you are good and write it yourself, then you get a good result. If you are not good and write it yourself, you don't get a good result. If you are not good and use AI, you don't get a good result. But if you are good and use AI, you get the best result.
Cool.
So
just an example, maybe something like.
I let all the drafts of the social media posts be written by AI. Then I get the draft, and then I sometimes maybe copy paste. Sometimes I edit it. Sometimes I rewrite it completely. But I don't think you should do it completely manually now. I would say that maybe in 1/3 of cases I write it. I have an idea and I go. And I write pretty fast, so not a problem for me. But if I'm not in the zone, then I usually let AI do the draft, and then.
And if I one step back, you are in your business area. You are in Chief of Operation Officer. First of all, step back. The ideas you are asking from the chat, then you are asking that please write the article. Then you are taking over, reading the article through, enriching as a human, and then the posting. Automation of posting, everything is automated today.
In some cases, basically, let's say about articles, like a blog post or something like that. I have automation built in make.com. That is like
that's a cool thing I'm using.
Very long automation flow, and that flow basically posts it live
to the end.
But you should go and take a look. But in some cases we post it like it goes live. In some cases it goes draft. So it depends on the different things. But it's never something like that you tell the AI to write an article. You split it into subsections, and the article consists of subtopics. Every subtopic is a separate thing. Then you have intro, then you have conclusion, then you have internal links and all the SEO stuff, and images and internal links and things like that. Basically, the checklist that I have for posting an article, so SEO article posting checklist is 32 or 33 points long.
All right.
And the automation does all that.
All right.
So when people say, but AI writes like crap. Yeah, because they don't know how to use it.
The prompt is wrong.
I would say that in my automation flow for writing one article, I have 20 prompts in there. And
I have another question. Priit, the level is so high today. Let's say make.com, everybody can look what make does. My question is, you have the flow. It's a huge flow. You have thought everything through. Tomorrow's question, can I buy the flow and can I set it up to my make account? Call to action. If somebody wants to understand what is inside of the flow, because I'm building the make flows and you have to think a lot how to build, how to analyze, and the flow is long. It does everything. Everything is automated. Almost everything is.
When I started, the first thing I built, so it was maybe a year ago or so. The first thing I built, it took me maybe 30 hours. And because first I built it and then I wasn't satisfied, and then I built it again and I saw that it was wrong. Then I built it again, and then somebody said something that, oh my God,
it's a Eureka moment.
Then I got and now when I build let's say article flow. It's all the same. All the articles are the same. The flow is pretty much, I already know how to do it. Sometimes I fix it and sometimes it improves all the time. But now it's ready. But if I would need to do something that complex again, it would take couple of days because first you do it basically manually.
Yes.
And if all the manual work,
Components
steps
are
work, then you automate it.
So it's a challenge. I understand it's a challenge for everybody today. And if you are the manager and you are thinking how I will progress tomorrow, that's the trick. That's exactly the trick. And if Priit said that you can build it 30 hours and you have to be really dedicated, you have to analyze everything. So it's maybe better to ask from Priit, hey, how can I do it? Because if the flow is ready, you understand what is there because it's all visual. You understand what each point does. And I think that's the thinking of tomorrow.
I believe C-level people maybe are not going to make automations, but the complexity, it's no code. The complexity is on the level of a, let's say, complex Excel formula function.
Because if Sandro said in our first episode, Sandro said that right now we are there. We are zero coding. We are putting components together. We are building the flows. Sandra just thought that in this year, AI will take over everything. Like you are saying that, hey, AI, please build the flow of different components, put it together. I want that kind of result.
Well, a couple of days ago, like a week ago, came out a tool called Manus.
I haven't heard even.
And it's insane. I don't have access, but I've seen what some other people have done. And one of my colleagues said that she gave the tool some input, and it then goes and starts to work.
Crazy.
Not like chat.
Yes, crazy.
It starts to work, and it worked maybe 40 minutes, and it came back with a full course on social media with worksheets and stuff and exercises and stuff like that. And this is manus.ai, I guess. And the other thing that's already available for everybody inside ChatGPT paid version is deep research, which does about the same, a little less complex. So you get like when you write the bachelor's degree, the final thesis, then you have like 80% that is the material you read, and then you have this 20% that is your contribution to the science. So you can let all that 20% is going to be written by ChatGPT, and you get maybe 8-10 pages of really research with sources and everything. It researches it. Depends on the topic, maybe from 10 minutes to 20 to even 40 minutes. And when you have ChatGPT Plus, then you have 10 shots per month. It's so compute intensive. But you also have this ChatGPT Pro version. The Pro version is $200 per month. So in there you have 120 shots of deep research. But just yesterday I was thinking about that. So if I would create audits or something like that for your company and throw in all the initial data plus whatever can be found on the web, and you pay maybe I don't know, 5,000 for the audit.
Yes.
And I pay 200 for ChatGPT Pro. Seems like a great business model.
Business model. Yeah, I can imagine that just for it's a joke. I was writing my sale book, how to sell better. I was like, it not on the half of the book. And I asked from the chat that please, I'm this guy, 2025, please write the book with what guys need to know. It was better. And I said, fuck it. I don't write the book of how to sell. I have another idea what chat can't do, and I will go in with this path. But still, I was just thinking that, Jesus Christ. And even, for example, how to automate something. If you are asking from the chat how to do the prescription goes and you're looking, what? So it's so good. Okay. Thank you for those examples. They are really, really good examples. Mindfulness exercises are just one point of what what managers are doing. I don't know, does it help or not?
The chat doesn't do it. It can give you ideas where to go, what to do. But I meditate every day. So today is like 2,500 days or something like that. But anyway, AI won't do it for you at the moment. But it's the same advanced voice mode that I showed earlier. At maybe half a year, 2 years, whatever, it can talk to you as a meditation
mindfulness
coach. Or just think about your toes and nose or whatever. So it will do that shortly. Maybe there are already apps that use AI to do that. Not maybe, there certainly are, but I don't know them. And but yeah, mindfulness is the thing where you probably wouldn't want to rely on AI too much.
My suggestion, folks, Deepak Chopra is my favorite. Short meditation in Sanskrit, everything is like, it's really cool. It's really cool and it's short. Just open the YouTube and use those meditations for the daily. So we are wrapping up because the time flies to talking with you. So we talked about already that fully autonomous stuff. What are the biggest mistakes that companies are doing today? Your clients, what are the mistakes or maybe 3 mistakes what they are doing? Start to use AI as a secret weapon.
I would say not using it is the first
That's
mistake.
the first mistake. Okay. Yeah. Second, if they start to use, what are the common mistakes where they are stuck in?
The most they still come back. I come back to something I said in the beginning was that they think that it will do everything. So I'm working on this one thing at the moment, and they say, "Oh, can it find out if the company has payment issues, for example?" Yeah, we can build API connection to the system that has information about that.
Checks like online scoring.
Yeah,
somewhere.
Exactly. But if I ask AI if your company has problems, it can't answer that. But the main thing is it's not a mistake, but lack of knowledge, I would say. That in some cases they don't believe the things AI can do the things that they want. And in other cases, they think AI can do everything. And so they get stuck in
it
there.
It goes so wide that you are lost in this.
For example, this summer, 2024, I was working for like a couple of months on a project to build a system for one company that builds audits, specific system audits for their customers, business to business. And it's like all human work. They have like account managers who get the information and do the audit reports. And they said we can do that like 90% of the job with the AI. And basically we did like a ton of work on that, and then they just declined. Not my guess is that they didn't believe us.
Because it's
so of course it's my problem that they didn't believe me. So I wasn't persuasive enough. But still, I think.
But still, I think the question is, if finance audit is cost 5 to 10K per year, the question is then if you are talking about auditor that hey, we can do it, we can build the flow. The question is that, come on, mate. Most things they start to think about the top things that the peak of the knowledge. Yes.
And I can't do that. But it can do the things
exactly.
that are a little bit.
The fine tuning is still there, but everything is like 90% of the procedure. What is like just working with the data. All right. You already said the game changer, as you said, like the new Manus. what is
one thing that I actually sent you back in Messenger.
that you hate the game changer?
I don't hate it, but actually I have a long list of words that I don't allow AI to use because they are AI words.
Okay.
If you remove those from AI texts, it's
human.
much more human.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So what do you think, what like next 3 months, what is happening? Because we don't know what is happening tomorrow, but your Oracle suggestion, what?
I don't think there will be kind of like breaking point or some like revolution.
Like a huge revolutionary thing.
For months, but we are going to see more and more agents in the sense that the thing I mentioned, the Manus or ChatGPT deep research, these kinds of things, and basically, yeah. The AI can take, you tell it to book your plane tickets. So you say, hey, I need, I actually do need that. So I need to go to Milan in May, 4th of May. And I want to get back 7th or 8th.
Done.
So,
it's
now, there are systems right now that could probably do it, but I wouldn't risk it. So, but yeah, we are getting closer and closer to that, and in the end, LLMs will be the interface to all technology. In a sense that there will not be keyboards. Of course, there will be those, but the main communication will be just
the voice,
like Star Trek, the computer and
the voice prompts. That's a good example because and then here, if you are doing historical thing, then you are taking the keyboard and I need to do something manually. So exactly. that's the thing what is happening. Okay, so like my personal assistant goes like really good with all the tools. Okay, something more. The C-level. What managers must afraid or must wait? What is happening on this?
I don't think you need to be afraid, just a curiosity about what's happening and actually trying it out themselves. The one thing that I've noticed is that in some cases, let's say CEO says to a teammate that, okay, figure out this technology. And come back in 2 weeks and tell me what it does.
What is the,
You can't do that with AI because if you don't use it yourself, they can talk to you and tell you what it does, but you don't get it. You don't get the feel. So the same thing that I would give you a mobile phone and tell you, all right, use it for a month and come back and tell you, is it any good? You say, it's awesome, you can do this and that, but I don't have the feel, I don't have the real understanding. So my suggestion is that even if not for work, use AI as a hobby.
Okay.
And in every task you have, ask AI something about that task. If you do something, ask AI, I did this, can it be done in a different way? What mistakes you find in that? You can get crap answers, doesn't matter. Just get the feel of the technology. So.
All right, good. As you said, your email is not for the clients and your calendar is not for the clients. What is the call to action? What we are saying that if some manager is listening and it was interesting even for me because it's involved so fastly that what are the touching points, what I can do tomorrow, how they can reach you out or what's the...
You can email me. I didn't say that you can't, but the thing is that I suggest you start for small nitty-gritty things because if you get those small things off the people feel better if they don't have to do things they don't have to do, and they have more time for more productive work. So just figuring out what processes, small things can be automated, and for just even if not the whole sales process, then the rejections, for example, and
that's a good example. That's a good example.
So, but still, we are so early. But almost nobody has done anything really.
I know. The hype is so high, like everybody.
But start from small things. Social media post is probably the easiest
I think that's
thing.
everybody wants because you need to.
It's the same thing we were talking about is like automating content creation and articles and stuff. It doesn't have to be only articles. It can be product descriptions or if you have an e-commerce site with 100,000 products, you definitely have bad product descriptions.
Yeah.
You can fix that with AI. You can do service descriptions. You can do outreach emails and automate like chatbots and stuff like that. There's a ton of things, but each of them take just one, fix that. Then you learn something, then the next one and the next one. The small initial projects don't have to be like half a year and 100,000. It can be a week, not a week, but let's say 2 weeks, a month, and you get something. And okay, let's see what we can do next. So.
That's a good suggestion. Priit, thank you for this good conversation. Thank you for those examples. We will put summary notes and with prompts, because prompting is something that everybody must just know what to do, how to write prompt.
Yeah, okay. Thanks for having me, and maybe
see you around.
Yeah, see ya.